will you all please rise as the color guard presents our nation's flag. Will you all say the Pledge of Allegiance with me, please? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I'd like to start our night out with Lynn Evans, who's the chaplain of the Auxiliary of American Legion, Post 566, to give us a prayer. Chaplain?
I'd like to begin with a short scripture. I actually found it very appropriate for this evening's events. Look after each other so as not one of you will fail to find God's best blessings. It's found in Hebrews. Almighty God, we give you praise and honor as we begin these festivities. We gather today to celebrate this historic event. We're so thankful to all who have worked so hard and tirelessly to put this event together. We ask that this day be a day of reflection and refreshment. Thank you for bringing together the community to respond to the needs of those servicemen and women who so unselfishly served to keep us free in this great country of America. You, Lord, have given us the opportunity to give back. Thank you for your guidance in our decision-making. Might we remember the deeper meaning of this day as we share enjoyable fellowship with one another. We pray these things in your Son, Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, what a great evening. It's great again to see all this yellow here tonight. We're here to celebrate Lino Lakes' efforts to support service members, veterans, and military families by participating in the state of Minnesota's Yellow Ribbon Celebration Recognition Program. Hi, my name is Dan STOLZ. I am proud and privileged to be the MC tonight. I'm the president and CEO of Spire, but more importantly, I'm a proud 17-year resident of Lino Lakes. Last year, I had the opportunity to serve as King Boreas 79 of the Winter Carnival and made over 400 appearances in this great state. Public service has been very important to me, as I've also had the privilege to serve on the Lino Lakes City Council and Circle Pines City Council in the past years. I also volunteer on the boards of Presbyterian Homes, the Cooperative Foundation, Keep on Pushing Foundation, and also I'm on the board of the University of Northwestern in St. Paul. This year, I am the 2016-17 Commodore of Aquatennial, and again, get to make a lot of appearances in this great state, and it's just proud and privileged. And I just want to say a shout out to the mayor and the great council members. What a great night this is, and again, very proud to be here tonight. Now, let's get on with the program. A Yellow Ribbon Community's purpose is to unite key areas to create a comprehensive network that connects and coordinates agencies, organizations, resources, and employers for the purpose of proactively supporting service members, veterans, and military families. Last August, Lino Lakes began the process to really become recognized as a Yellow Ribbon community. This process began by engaging committed volunteers to develop a steering committee that would develop a sustainable action plan by meeting monthly. This action plan would outline how the Lino Lakes community would support its military families. Over the many months, the steering committee partnered with key areas throughout the community to gain commitment in supporting their efforts. These areas included public safety, the faith-based and business communities, social service and medical providers, and youth and school programs. In addition, they also partnered with veteran organizations to expand their wonderful support and recognition programs. Through the process of being proclaimed a Yellow Ribbon City, I have been overwhelmed by our community's support of our military and their families. More than 50 community members and leaders contributed to the success of our action plan in this proclamation that we're going to do tonight. This evening, I'm honored to be joined by Command Sergeant Major Shane Hyben. He's the Command Sergeant Major of the 1st Combined Arms Battalion, 194th Armor Regiment, Minnesota Army National Guard, headquartered in Brainerd. The overall unit mission is to provide heavy armor and mechanized infantry ground combat power to the 1st Armored Brigade Combat Team, 34th Infantry Division. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you Command Sergeant Major Hyben.
Good evening, Congressman Emmer, Senator Chamberlain, Representative Runbeck, Commissioner Silveraja, and Mayor Raynert. All Yellow Ribbon community members, thank you. It is indeed our honor to be here today to recognize the city of Lino Lakes as our newest Yellow Ribbon community. It is my pleasure to be in such a supportive and patriotic city. And it is no surprise that the citizens of this great city have set a bar very high to create a Yellow Ribbon network. Your community has achieved a high standard by forming the steering committee, as was just described, to create an action plan, and you have made commitments to support service members, veterans, and family members. Today you join more than 250 cities, county, and company networks across Minnesota that have proclaimed the Yellow Ribbon, recognizing the synchronization of local community and company resources to support Minnesota's military-connected residents. It is through the leadership and patriotism Minnesotans like you that take the lives of our service members and families so positively. Yellow Ribbon networks provide an invaluable service within our communities and companies. So for myself, I've been at a few proclamations. I was up at the one in Crookston, Thief River Falls. This was a few years back. But through the process of being part of the Yellow Ribbon Network, I have received feedback from service members and families across the state who are grateful for the ongoing support that they have received. So now the city of Lino Lakes has certainly led the way for what Yellow Ribbon community networks can achieve, assisting family members with household chores, as well as the partnership with local businesses to hire skilled veteran leaders. These are the kind of support efforts that really make a difference. You also involved your faith-based organizations to identify military-connected families within your congregation to ensure they are connected to support resources. We appreciate the visible signs of support of any military-connected resident within your community. You are modeling the behavior for how communities can unite and synchronize to support our service members, veterans, military families, and I sincerely appreciate all that you do. So on behalf of Major General Rick Nash, who's the Adjutant General for the state of Minnesota, and over 13,000 members of the Minnesota National Guard, that includes Army National Guard and Air Guard, thank you to everyone for their dedication to those who serve, and thank you for your passion for supporting the families of military service members. You are truly making a difference for all military who call Minnesota home. God bless you, and thank you for your ongoing support.
Thank you so much, Sergeant. It is now my pleasure to introduce Congressman Tom Emmer. Congressman Emmer is a tireless supporter and advocate in Washington for Minnesota service members and veterans. His support of Minnesota's Beyond the Yellow Ribbon program has made it a national model, really, for uniting communities and resources in support of military connected across the state of Minnesota. So please help us welcome Congressman Tom Emmer.
Thank you. It's great to be here with King Boreas. Especially since I'm married to the Queen of the Snows. So yes, I am. Yeah. We'll talk about it later. What's that? Jackie, yes, Jackie does know. She is the Queen. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you, Command Sergeant Major Hyben. It's great to be here in Anoka County, especially with many of our friends, that some of whom have already been recognized. I do want to call out the Anoka County Commission's Chair, Rhonda Sivaraja, and Mayor Raynert. I want to thank you for hosting us tonight. This is a big deal. And obviously, Dan, thank you very much for being the MC tonight. I'm honored to be part of this ceremony for many different reasons, and this is not my first, and I truly hope it's not my last opportunity to be part of a yellow ribbon city. Lino Lakes is going to be the newest member of the Yellow Ribbon City community. I have to tell you, one of the greatest parts of the job in Congress is getting to deal with our service members. The servicemen and women in this country who have decided to dedicate their lives to serve the United States of America and you and me. We owe them so much. And I don't think we take enough time to recognize it's not just the servicemen and women, it's their families. It's all of them as a unit that we owe so much to. If you are an active member of our military or a veteran, could you please stand up quickly? Thank you. Thanks for all you do. Thanks for all you have done and all that we know you're going to continue to do well into the future. If there's anything that our office can ever do for you, please don't hesitate to reach out. Today, obviously, we're here to honor Lino Lakes in this, as it enters the ranks of the cities and communities around Minnesota who have been recognized as beyond the Yellow Ribbon supporters. But this didn't happen overnight, and I'm sure you're going to hear more speakers tonight that will talk about what it takes. In fact, the residents of these special communities, these beyond the Yellow Ribbon communities, have been working hard for a long time. In this community, Lino Lakes, I understand, has now been working extremely hard for over a year. Beyond the Yellow Ribbon is a program that creates awareness of the purpose of connecting service members and their families with community support, training, services, and resources. In a phrase, Beyond the Yellow Ribbon is united to bring service members all the way home. We have to keep thinking about that purpose. The real purpose is to help our servicemen and women transition back to the community from their service on our behalf, wherever that took place. Today, there are more than 200 Minnesota cities that are part of this state's impressive Yellow Ribbon Network. And Annette, I don't know if you're going to be talking about it, but you told me that you're on your way out, not you personally, but others in this organization are on their way out to Washington, D.C. to be an example to other states for how we do the Beyond the Yellow Ribbon program. I'm so proud to see more communities in this district getting recognized for their commitment to helping our military men and women as they come home and get back to work in the community. It's because of all of you here today and organizations like the Beyond the Yellow Ribbon communities that Minnesota has some of the best communities in the country. By extending a helping hand to those individuals and their families who have already given so much, this organization fully embodies what it means to be a Minnesotan. Whether it be through job training and educational resources, raising or donating money for a home repair, or assisting with emergency child care, Beyond the Yellow Ribbon truly represents what Minnesota and Minnesotans are all about. Again, I'm proud to be here in a community that's committed to ensure that our men and women in uniform and their families, I can't emphasize that enough because it's the families I think that sometimes we forget about, that they have the support that they need before, during, and after any deployment. Thank you again to our service members and veterans. Thank you to the Beyond the Yellow Ribbon folks, and thank you to the great community of Lino Lakes for making this possible. It's people like you who make people like me so proud to be in Congress representing Minnesota. Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman, and hail the Queen, right? Yes. So all of Minnesota's 87 counties have resources available to assist service members, veterans, and their families, so partnering with county leadership is essential to the success of a Yellow Ribbon Community Network. Anoka County Commissioner Rhonda Sivaraja is an example of the partnership and has committed to working with Lino Lakes Yellow Ribbon Network to connect county resources throughout the community. So please help me welcome Anoka County Commissioner Rhonda Sivaraja.
Well, thank you. It's such an honor to be here this evening, not only to represent the city of Lino Lakes, but because I'm a resident of Lino Lakes as well. This is an amazing place to raise a family. My husband and I have 2 children who are both now in college, and it was the perfect place to raise them. I can't imagine not being able to see them when I want to. I know that I can hop on a plane and be just 3 hours away to see my son, or drive an hour and a half to see my daughter. Or if I'm gone for a few days, I make a whole list of everything that needs to be done while I'm gone so that everybody knows exactly what needs to happen. So I cannot imagine being called away for months or even years. I can remember when I first heard about the yellow ribbon communities at a county conference. And I came back and said, we need to do this. But Anoka County is so large, and each community has their own personality, and it's very diverse, and it just seemed an impossible task. So I was thrilled as communities within Anoka County started becoming yellow ribbon cities. We realized then that this program is just as much about the service member away from home as it is for their family back here. If you went away and knew that there was a whole community looking out for your loved one and your children, wouldn't you feel a whole lot better about serving? It's peace of mind for our service members as they're keeping peace far away. It helps them be better in the field and helps our military families know that the sacrifice each and every one of them makes is understood and honored. Not just while they're away, but long after they come home as well. I am so incredibly proud of Lino Lakes for taking this step. I want to thank Mayor Reinert for really nudging all of us along in this direction. I've been honored to be able to serve on the steering committee this past year and look forward to the day when all 21 communities in Anoka County become yellow ribbon cities. Thank you for inviting me to be a part of this very special celebration.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Sivaraja. As communities form yellow ribbon networks, obtain a commitment from the city leadership is a part of the action plan. City leaders can impact how a community shows a visible sign and support and appreciation for military residents. Mayor Jeff Reinert and the Lino Lakes City Council have been ardent supporters of the network's effort in this community. So ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mayor Jeff Reinert.
This should really say the great city of Lino Lakes. Helping military families. Well, what more honorable cause is there than that? You know, as I started to learn about the Yellow Ribbon Network and what it was all about, it's pretty simple. People ask me about it all the time. Well, what's this all about? Well, it's pretty easy. You've got people on one side that need help, and you've got people on the other side that want to help. And the people that need help are, a lot of times, it's basically military families. You've got husband or a wife that's deployed, gone for many, many months, sometimes over a year. And it's kind of tough to be left at home with the kids and all the responsibilities. And so the Yellow Ribbon Network is basically formed for that purpose. And you have a lot of people that want to help out, but they, a lot of times, don't really know how. Well, that's what the Yellow Ribbon Network is. It's a networking of people. You know, it might be somebody just needs their lawn mowed, or maybe there's some people that are on the network that you know, no electrician or plumbing, and there's some need in a house of a military family that needs that. And it's basically just networking and putting those people together. So you're going to hear a lot about the Yellow Ribbon Network tonight. I just want to take a few moments, though, to tell everyone kind of the organic process we went through and how we ended up here tonight. Jerry Bauer is, that's right, I'm calling you out, Jerry, is part of the Lions Club in town. And he had called me and wanted to meet with me and invited me to one of the meetings and wanted to talk about actually a Lino Lakes War Memorial. I thought, great idea. So I sat down with the Lions Club and started talking to them about that. And as we then met with the city council and started to get some momentum going on that, and so started meeting with different organizations in town. And when I bumped into the American Legion, I had Aaron HOSKA say to me, well, why isn't Lino Lakes a yellow ribbon city? And I said, well, that's a very good question. Because I know over in Hugo, they've had a successful yellow ribbon program for many, many years. And Chuck Haas is here tonight. Where are you, Chuck? They do just a fantastic job. Their monthly hamburger night, and they just sending things overseas to the personnel all the time. I was kind of jealous, actually, of the program that they had there. So when Aaron called on me to, I guess do something about the fact that we're not a yellow ribbon city, I thought, well, I'm going to go talk to Chuck because he knows. And so we sat down. He kind of straightened me out. Although Aaron did have some experience also in the Yellow Ribbon Network and good background in that. And so perfect guy to, when somebody brings up an idea, sometimes they end up with a job. And so Aaron is a co-chair with Dorothy Rademacher, who's here tonight, and they've really been instrumental in just doing a lot of the work over the last 15 months to get this thing done. And that's about how long it's taken. We've been meeting every month, and it has been a lot of work. It's a long list of requirements that are needed to, to be able to call your city a yellow ribbon city and have that honor. So incredible that we're all here tonight, and it did take a lot of volunteerism along the way. Lino Lakes, if they're known for one thing, it's volunteerism. Whenever there's anything that's needed in town, I mean, we've got people and organizations coming forward and wanting to help out all the time. And along the path, along with just the residents that helped out, I want to call out the American Legion, the Rotary Club, the Lions Club, the Chamber of Commerce, the YMCA, City of Lino Lakes, Centennial School Districts, and many churches that participated in the process to get us here where we're at tonight. And I just couldn't be more proud and honored to be a part and to be mayor of Lino Lakes. It's a fantastic community, and we are so blessed in our city with all that we have, and mostly it's because of the people that live in Lino Lakes. And so very honored to be here, very honored that we are going over the finish line with this tonight, and it's going to be a great program. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Reinert, and thank you for your commitment and leadership towards the Yellow Ribbon designation. So that's fantastic. And now, to present the formal state proclamation, I would like to introduce Annette KUYPER. She's the Director of Military Outreach for the Minnesota Department of Military Affairs. Annette?
Thank you, Dan. As Director of Military Outreach, I oversee the Beyond the Yellow Ribbon program for the state of Minnesota, and I typically bring the governor or lieutenant governor along with me to recognize your community. Unfortunately, both of them had conflicts tonight, but I would like to share a letter from the governor that he wrote for you. Dear Yellow Ribbon honorees and friends, thank you for your dedication to and support of our service members, veterans, and military families. As leaders in your community, you have demonstrated an extraordinary, sustained commitment to military-connected residents throughout Minnesota. Service members, veterans of any age or era, and military families may face difficult challenges before, during, and long after military service. Because of your hard work and the support of communities like the city of Lino Lakes, Minnesota, they are able to meet these challenges. Congratulations on this much-deserved recognition from the Beyond the Yellow Ribbon program. My best regards, sincerely, Mark Dayton, Governor. I'll tell him you clap for it. Well, as you heard here tonight, becoming a Yellow Ribbon community is definitely a process. Your committee worked hard to gain all the commitments that are required, and we have minimum requirements in all the key community areas that were listed here tonight. Each of those minimum requirements are put into an action plan commitment from each of those areas. That action plan is then submitted to the state of Minnesota, in which we have an action plan review board with leaders from Veterans Affairs, Military Affairs, and Governor Dayton's staff that give final approval to your community. They take a look at all the commitments in your key areas. They take a look at that you have met all the minimum requirements to become a Yellow Ribbon community. Ongoing, your committee meets minimum requirements by an ongoing annual checklist that they complete to ensure that those commitments are maintained. What you have heard here tonight is absolutely become a model for what the nation is looking at for how communities can support our service members, veterans, or military families. I can send one email out to our 98 networks in now 220 communities, with Lino Lakes being the 220th community in Minnesota, and we can get a need met across Minnesota immediately for a veteran or service member or a military family. Today we had a World War II veteran who needed a ramp built for his home so he could get his walker up to his home. Within 17 minutes, I had all the volunteers I needed once the request went out across the state. It's miraculous. And as you heard, Congressman Emmer shared, next week we will be in Washington, D.C. sharing members of our team in family programs. We'll be sharing this model with 6 other states who want to get this started because of the success of what Minnesota has. So, Lino Lakes, you are part of a proud team that is making a difference across the nation, and it's bringing us back to the day where we had communities where neighbor helped neighbor. And that is what you have done here in Minnesota, and that is what you have done in Lino Lakes. So congratulations. Now I'd like to ask Congressman Emmer and Command Sergeant Major to come forward. We have the official state proclamation, so Mayor, if you would come forward. Do you want the committee? Let's have the whole Yellow Ribbon Committee come forward. Mayor Reinhardt, blinded. We would like to formally proclaim Lino Lakes as our newest Yellow Ribbon community. Get a picture? Got a picture?
You step forward to get out of the blue.
There we go. There we go.
We all got blue hair.
Can you fit everyone?
Okay,
Can
man.
you fit everyone in?
Josh, can you shut that off? Step in front of the sign? Let's do that. Let's step in front
All
of the
right,
sign.
let's go over here.
We're gonna have to be other than Minnesotans. We might actually have to get close to each other.
I should tell everyone too, Tom's kind of a relative of the area, because I went to high school in this building with his wife. So actually, you're kind of connected to the area that way.
I know that. I hear about it all the time.
All right, lastly, I would like to invite the co-chair of Lino Lakes Beyond the Yellow Ribbon Steering Committee, Sergeant First Class Aaron HOSKA, to the podium. Aaron?
I'm afraid I won't be dancing. I can't follow that up. So, yeah. Since I wrote the script, I guess I set myself up for failure there. Where's the script?
You're right, you set yourself up. You need a script?
Please.
There you go, no problem.
Thank you. Before I begin my remarks, I would like to just say a personal thank you to my co-chair, Dorothy Rademacher. Please stand up. I have, as you can see, I have commitments with the National Guard. My wife and I have a new baby at the house. So to try and, chair a committee like this, it's a lot of work, and she took a lot of the burden off of me to try and make this out of a two-headed monster and get all of our tasks done and help keep me on track as well. So thank you. As we did earlier, we would like to take a moment to recognize service members, veterans, and military families in the audience this evening. Please, one more round of applause for all the veterans. We appreciate the many sacrifices you have made and continue to pray for your safety. Thank you. If you are a service member, veteran, or military family member and have any questions, needs, or if you are interested in volunteering with our program, this is our pitch to you now, please reach out and contact us. We have an information table in the back room where we have contact cards that you can fill out. Leave us your information if you want to volunteer or if you're looking for resources or some more information as well. We also, since it is 2016, we have a Facebook page set up as well. We have information about that in the back there as well. Lino Lakes Beyond the Yellow Ribbon. We have a very active presence on Facebook there. Like I said, it's 2016. Dorothy has learned a lot about Facebook in the last year and a half, so you're doing really good on that as well, so thank you. Also joining us, setting up a table in the back of the room, is Yolanda Von Itter. Yolanda, where are you at? Hi. She is the Military Family Assistance Specialist at the Family Assistance Center in Arden Hills at the Armory. She has additional information and resources available at her table. There's various military family programs and resources that she has a encyclopedic knowledge of all around the state and the country. So please, back there at that back table, please see her. We have set up on the counter, over there with the yellow tablecloth there, we have a small banner that's going to be sent along with some treats and a couple Minnesota flags, need to represent the home state. A personal friend of mine is currently deployed with 2nd Battalion, 135th Infantry Regiment of the Minnesota Army National Guard. They're deployed to the Sinai Peninsula in Egypt as a part of a multinational observer group. Please, after the ceremony, feel free to sign your name and share some words of encouragement. A banner like that was sent to our headquarters when I was deployed to Iraq in 2009, and you might think it's just a Sharpie little scribble and a signature saying, "Go USA," "Get home safe," whatever. You might think that's a small thing, but to a guy or a gal deployed, that means the world. That means a piece of Minnesota and a piece of relatives and family and friends did something on a banner like that, stamped that thing, and sent it over. So it's actually bigger than you think. So please feel free to sign that and we'll send that over. Thank you again for all of your support. And thank you again to all of the fantastic work and all the networking that everybody else in the steering committee has put in. And thank you again to all of the leaders that have come out here tonight. And thank you, Annette, for still running with and maintaining the Yellow Ribbon program for communities like ours all around the state. Thank you again, everybody.
Yeah, let's please give Aaron another round of applause for all the work he's done. You were awesome. Yeah, that's so great. So, again, I'm a very proud resident, and this night just really beaming with pride. So this concludes our ceremony tonight, but please stay and continue in the celebration as F&M Bank from our business community will be serving refreshments tonight. Again, congratulations, Lino Lakes. And now, if you'd all please rise as the color guards exit our flags. Again, congratulations, Lino Lakes. Let's give us all a round of applause for this exciting night. All right.